Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. It's been reported that Canelo and PBC have mutually agreed to part ways. This was only one fight into the three-fight deal that Canelo had with PBC. I can't say this particularly surprises me. I don't think it would surprise an awful lot of you either, perhaps, because Canelo was apparently on a guarantee of $35 million per fight. And the first fight, which was against Jamel Charlo, was, well, was it worth $35 million? I don't think so. And PBC, of course, lost their contract with Showtime when Showtime pulled out of boxing. And they've cut a deal with Amazon Prime. But really, it's a sort of dipping your toes in the water deal, because I think they only had 14 dates. That includes the pay-per-views, as opposed to 30 plus they had with Showtime. It wasn't as lucrative a deal, and if you're losing money hand over fist, I mean, Al Haymon isn't an idiot. He's far from it. He's a businessman. He understands number crunching just like Eddie Hearn does, just like Frank Warren does. And he probably thought, okay, we can't provide a lucrative opponent, or an opponent that's lucrative enough to warrant a $35 million paycheck. I thought perhaps they'd sort of bite the bullet on the sort of no Mexicans rule that Canelo's got and put him in with Munguia. But apparently Canelo wants to stick to this, I want to fight an American. Terence Crawford, he said he didn't want to fight him because it's, if I beat him, so what? He's too small a guy. People won't give me any credit. Jamel Charlo is away with the fairies, frankly. So, one fight in 2.5 years. I don't know where his career's going. I don't know where he's going. Berlanga just had a win at the weekend. And Berlanga is promoted by Eddie Hearn and MATCHROOM, and I think that's probably where DAZN and MATCHROOM are where Canelo will probably end up again, because he's worked with Hearn before on many occasions and they've been successful. He once described Eddie Hearn as the best promoter in the business, and high praise indeed from a guy who is still the biggest boxing cash cow in the world. So, yeah, it doesn't come as a surprise that Canelo and PBC have gone their separate ways. I don't know what's happening with PBC. I think it's touch and go whether the whole Amazon Prime thing will work. People talked about Amazon Prime, the sort of hundreds of millions of subscribers they've got, or whatever the hell it is. Well, how many of those are boxing fans? Probably Amazon Prime customers. I mean, how many of them would go to Amazon Prime just for boxing? I don't think there'd be that many. I would imagine that most Amazon Prime boxing fans, people who have Amazon Prime, would probably, subscribe to DAZN anyway, or I don't know, go to watch ESPN or something like that. I never quite bought the whole idea of Amazon getting into boxing. At the very least, I don't think it's going to be an overnight thing. And if PBC do want to, retain their entire stable and continue putting on big shows, I mean, is that the right place for them, Amazon? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. It's possible, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think PBC have been right for a long, long while. I think the original model, which was that they were going to buy a lot of free-to-air television, stuff it with advertisements and put, fighters on all sorts of different channels and take over boxing using that route, that didn't work. They overpaid fighters badly. I mean, or good for the fighters, poor for the business model. And now with this, diminished amount of dates they've got on Amazon, where are they going to find a home for all their fighters? fighters who were once, either chief on a card or chief support are going to have to take lesser paychecks further down the bill. That's the way it seems to me. I think you'll see quite a few fighters leaving PBC. And their fighters just didn't fight enough anyway over the last 5 years. They just haven't fought enough. But there you are. So what are your thoughts on this? Are you surprised? What do you think there's a future for PBC? And, do you think that they'll continue? Where do you think they'll end up? Do you think the Amazon thing will work? What do you think about Canelo? Do you think he's going back to DAZN? Leave all your comments below, and I'll read them. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you don't mind, hit the subscribe button, and also hit the like button. And I'm looking forward to reading your comments. Bye for now.